Against this right back, Charlie's definitely.
You always use that active when defenders have been given like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian. People deluded. I'm back again. Apologies for the background noise. There's building work going on in my house, but that can't stop the sun from raining on our football club. And the good news just won't stop, people. Reiss Nelson has signed a new deal. It's been signed, sealed, and confirmed. Yes, we've obviously been hearing about this for the last few weeks and things, but it's nice to see it signed on the dotted line. It would have been a shame to let someone who's 23 years of age, a Halem boy, leave on a free transfer, especially as someone that had limited appearances last season, but I think has made some progress. Reiss Nelson has signed a new long-term contract. As usual, people, before we begin, I hope you and your loved ones are all well and safe. To my long-term supporters, thank you for being back here. If you're new here, subscribe. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on Reiss Nelson. Is it the worst? Is it a bad decision? Is it a good decision? Should he have went to go get more first team football? Should he have stayed? And don't forget to hit the like button. The 23-year-old played a vital role last season, making 18 appearances in all comps, bearing in mind there's 38 Premier League games and however many League Cup games we played, which, you know, I don't actually know, however many FA Cup games and Europa League and so on and so forth, people. Scoring and assisting both 3 times, including his memorable late winner against Bournemouth in March. And obviously the game he came off the bench, I believe, against Nottingham Forest. Since joining us at the age of 8 years of age, Reiss has progressed through our academy, playing a key role at all age categories throughout his development. Reiss's senior debut was another memorable moment as he picked up silverware, coming on as a substitute in our 2017 FA Community Shield victory over Chelsea at Wembley Stadium. I think he actually made his first Premier League appearance in 2018, bearing in mind it's 2023 now. We'll get onto that in a sec. The following season saw Reiss rewarded with a new long-term contract in a season where he gained valuable experience in the Bundesliga with Hoffenheim, where he linked up with Joe Linton and Julian Nagelsmann. During his time in Germany, our academy graduate made 29 appearances for Hoffenheim, scoring 7 goals and assisting once. After his time in Germany, he returned to the first team squad and played a valuable role in our 2020 FA Cup success, which is true. He scored the only goal in our third round win against Leeds United at Emirates Stadium, with the season ending with Reiss's second trophy, more trophies than Spurs in his early career with the club when he was in the squad for our 2-1 victory in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Also, we all know he then went on loan to Feyenoord, where unfortunately, you know, he lost a Conference League final to Roma, where Ainsley Maitland-Niles, another Halem boy, unfortunately, who's departed the club on a free transfer, obviously won that. Edu himself has said Reiss is still only 23, but has already made a significant contribution to Arsenal for many years. He has gained good experience on loan and has come back and showed just how valuable he is to us. We are so happy to agree a new deal with Reiss, and we are proud that he is another young player who has developed for our academy into our first team. The gaffer Mikel Arteta, who is well known, he's always had an admiration for Reiss Nelson. Reiss is a player I've admired since the first day I was here. He has tremendous ability and is such an exciting offensive talent. Reiss knows how important he is to our squad with the quality he has. It's great that Reiss has committed his future to us. He knows this club so well. He grew up here, and we look forward to enjoying many more good moments with him. Big up Reiss Nelson on signing what is alleged a 4-year deal with the option of a 5th. As it says there, and as we know, he's come for our academy. He's gone from being a young man, a boy, to a young man, to a full-fledged adult now. And it's growth time for Reiss Nelson. You know, you're living in London. You've come through the academy. The club is moving in a positive direction. You obviously signed a decent contract, which is probably healthy on the pay packet. You've got every reason to be complacent. I'm not saying he is, because I don't think that is Reiss Nelson. Now it's about getting game time. Now it's about putting down a marker. Now it's about saying, I don't really care about Bukayo Saka, about Martinelli, about Trossard, about Fitzsmith-Rowe who could play off the left, and anyone else. Gaffer, you need to use me and utilize me. And obviously for us, I don't know if this impacts us bringing in a winger of sorts, people, but we do need squad players and players that can fill in. And I think Nelson gave a good account of himself. And I remember the Chelsea game at the Emirates, you know, he was unfortunate actually not to start that really. And I'm sure he came off the bench against City and did well. We all know the Bournemouth winner he got, and we all know his performances against Nottingham Forest. He's 23 now. You know, you look at his data, It's now time to start arriving, really. You've played 21 times in the Eredivisie, 20 times in the Europa League, 10 times in the Conference League, 23 times in the Bundesliga, and 34 times in the Premier League. Now, if we break that down, he's obviously gone on loan and had injuries which haven't helped him and things like that. The quality is there. 34 times. That's 4 games short of a full Premier League season. You look at the Sakas and the Smith Rowes, they've eclipsed that, really. It's now time for you to actually get more appearances and show the gaffer you need more minutes, and that you should be at 100 appearances for this football club. You're at 66 with 7 goals and 7 assists. You should be at 100 appearances. I don't know, and I don't have the data how many of those games have been 90 minutes. I'm happy to have Reiss Nelson because he's a versatile player. You'd imagine, really and truly, you're probably Saka's deputy off the right. I personally think he probably prefers to play off the left or slightly more inverted people, because obviously he can cut in. Quality player, man, really. But at 23, it's now time to put down a marker. The game's done now. It's now time for you to arrive and show that you could be utilized at Arsenal. Obviously, if he ever wants to leave Arsenal, just like with Eddie Nketiah and any player that signed new deals, we're in a stronger position to negotiate such. And it draws me. I'm trying to find these comments, but when I see the age 23, it draws me to Arsene Wenger. It draws me to Arsene Wenger's comments, really and truly. Where if we go to hear people, where I think this was a few years ago in relation to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but just in relation to development, scrolling all the way down, he has said, to be a real footballer, you need to be 23 years of age, because before you have to learn your game, you can have game time, and after sometimes have an average game. You can have 1 or 2 exceptional talents, like at the moment we obviously have Bellerin and Iwobi, but the core of the team has to be 23 to 30. So 23 years of age, it's time for you to arrive as a footballer. And they're actually not the exact comments. I actually remember his comments in relation to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, age 23. I've brought them up before. Hopefully it's here now. Hopefully these are the ones. If not, then obviously I've flopped people. Here it is. In fact, bit of pressure because I'm making a video and whatnot. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Look at the lengths I go through to provide you content, people. Smash the like button. I just need to. Why is the copy button not working? Okay. And just to put into context, Reiss, now it's time to arrive. It's now time to define yourself. Obviously, forget that the fact that this is about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and just look at the comments, people, that Wenger said, because, say what you want about Arsene Wenger. When it comes to youth development, there's few people in this game that can talk to Arsene Wenger about developing talents. Let's not forget, he obviously, you see what he did with Cesc Fabregas, and think about all the other people that went on to have careers, and all the, mediocre talents that he had playing exceptional football. He is now 23. Obviously, this is about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but isolate it, people. This could be about anybody. He's now 23. At 23, you become a football player who is the finished article. Before 23, you learn your job. I don't quite think the finished article, but it's now time for fans to, be able to define you. At 23, you become more consistent. You know what's expected of you. You know how to deal with pressure, with the situation, with the competition inside the squad. There you have it. And for Reiss Nelson, he does seem like a confidence player. I think Arteta's giving you the world of confidence. I think he's giving himself confidence by training and playing well. It's now time to put down a marker. Obviously, he's been through a lot. Like many a talent at Haylen, fans are going to instantly say, the best talent out of Haylen since Jack Wilshere, which doesn't necessarily help individuals. But big up Reiss Nelson. We wish him all the best. And like I said, there has been times I think he could get more minutes. Come and lay down the marker, man, because we're on the path of achieving something great. What better than to have it with Haylen boys? And obviously, you look at, they're not going to go anywhere to anytime soon, although Granit Xhaka's about to go to Leverkusen. But the Granits, the Jorginhos, Trossard's not going to be here forever. We're looking at people like you to lead this football club. If you can't be a first team regular, then be a reliable squad player, because there's plenty of games and plenty of competition. And I have confidence in Reiss. Let me know your thoughts, because logically speaking, you're not going to sign a new deal, really and truly, if you don't feel you can develop here or play games. He needs to show Arteta that, it's not just sub appearances. I can start games in a row, because it's not necessarily destined that you will get 5 or 10 starts consistently. It's now down to you, like everyone at this club, to give Arteta a headache. I don't care if it's Eddie Nketiah, Reiss Nelson, Kirill, whoever. If you don't believe you can start, if you don't believe you have quality here, if you don't believe you can take one of the more regular starter spots, you shouldn't be here. We need a squad, and I'm happy Nelson's here. As I said, I don't know how much or if anything that impacts, us signing a winger, because Nelson has to have had this conversation with his advisors, obviously away from the money and the length of contract. Gaffer, how do you actually rate me? And obviously Arteta's probably given him honesty. This is where you are now. This is where I think you can go. This is what the other players have that you don't have. This is what indirectly we're looking to do in the transfer market, because you've got Saka, who you're not taking his spot. Trossard's just come in. If we were to, for example, sign a more physical number 9, Jesus can go out wide. Obviously, guys like Kai Havertz can play all about the place, and you've got Emil Smith-Rowe. So it's the gauntlet's probably been thrown down to Reiss Nelson, and I wish him all the best. Speaking of contracts, you'd imagine Arsenal soon formally better yet, confirm the renewal of William Saliba. His agent, and you can actually go on his Instagram, has been pictured at the Emirates in the infamous office where the players take their pictures. Just waiting on a signature, maybe waiting for Saliba to finish his session. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunate because it's never nice to see coaches leave, Steve Round has departed Arsenal Football Club. Why? I don't know. It says mutual consent. Maybe there's family reasons and lifestyle reasons behind it. Maybe Arteta wants to bring in other coaches. Either way, wish you all the best, Steve Round, because we'll never truly understand and know what you have done on the coaching front at London Coley and wherever, because we're not there. But Arteta can have all the ideas in the world. For Arteta, he needs to be able to convey that to the players in terms they can understand, and also the coaching staff. And he also has to be able to have faith in his coaching staff to deliver that. That's why we've got set piece coaches, individual coaches, performance analysis. It's not just Arteta doing everything. He can't. There's a 20-odd man squad, and you got to remember we've got a young to mid-20s kind of squad. Obviously, for example, if I'm Arteta and I say, and we're at training, and I say, Saliba, after this collective thing, come off with me. We're going to work on, positional play or heading training. I've gone away with him. The rest of the group need to have someone that knows what they're doing. And also, if I go and do that with Saliba, robbing's not the right word, but I'm robbing potential one-to-one time with now Timber, who's going to arrive into the squad, White, who's at the squad, and everyone else, really and truly. So it's an interesting one, but I wish you all the best, Steve Round. Allegedly, Edu has said, as preparations, again, forgive me for the noise, as preparations for the new season get underway, we can confirm Steve Round has left the club by mutual agreement. Steve joined the club as part of our new coaching staff in December 2019, when Mikel started his role as head coach, and now he's obviously now manager. During his time with us, big up Kaya as well. During his time with us, Steve played an integral role working with our men's first team players and helping significant progress which we made in recent seasons. We thank Steve for his contribution to AFC and wish him and his family all the best of health and happiness. And I echo that on behalf of myself and you lot, people. Keen to see what direction we go in if we bring in another coach, if this has anything to do with purely football, if this is personal reasons. I hope it's not personal reasons, because you never want to hear any of that. So we're going to have to see in that regards exactly what's going on. On the topic of Granit Xhaka, allegedly Romano is saying Granit Xhaka has signed a new contract as a new Bayern Leverkusen player. So we're going to have to see what's going on in that regards with Xhaka and any more ingoings and outgoings. On the topic of that, I'm pretty sure I've spammed your YouTube feeds with plenty of videos. So go and check out the rest of the videos. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know your thoughts on Reiss Nelson. Is this the right decision for him? Would you have departed to get more regular football elsewhere? Or would you stay where, to be fair with you, at this moment, is he going to get better than Arsenal? Really, we've heard Brighton were on to you, Nice were on to you, AC Milan, a massive club bringing in British players. Obviously, you've seen Loftus-Cheek go over there along with Tomori and things like that. So we'll have to see. But I'm wishing Nelson all the best, because ultimately, if every footballer at this club reaches their potential, then that's good for the club and our collective goal of trying to win trophies. Appreciative of you lot listening to my 13 or 14 minutes of my opinions. Please let me know your own. Hope you're all having a great week and day and things like that. And I hope you and your loved ones are in great health. One love.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like